Alright, Candace. The easiest way to explain this, I thought, is just to show you and record it and send you the video. Now, soil slopes, according to OSHA, there's 3 different types that we have to deal with. Okay? There's type A, which is, cohesive soil, which is 3/4 to 1. In other words, for every 1 you go down vertically, it starts to cave in. Now, they call that an angle of repose. Okay, so you have that cave in. Okay, now the other one is type B soil, which is a 45-degree angle, which is what, a lot of people are familiar with. For every 1 foot you go down, the side caves in a foot. So you could have a hole that's 1 foot deep, okay, but it's 3 feet wide. If the bottom is 1 foot, then the hole is 3 foot wide on the top and 1 foot wide on the bottom. Okay, because for every foot you go down, it caves in a foot. And then type C soil, we'll deal with that a lot in sand, 1.5 to 1. So that's just right out of OSHA. For every 1.5 feet you go down, or every 1 foot you go down, it caves in 1.5 feet. Okay, horizontally on you. So the question here is this. Now, when I sent it to you, I have to agree I sent it to you in a PDF form, so all the animations didn't come through, but it's an 8 foot, 32 long cylindrical water tank, is to be placed horizontally in an excavation, which allows for 2 feet clearance on top, bottom, and all 4 sides. The soil type is 1:1, type B. How many cubic yards of earth? Well, here you go. Let me cut it out for you. Now, it's a 1:1 slope. It's an 8 foot diameter pipe. Now, this is looking at an end view of it. Now, that's 8 feet in diameter. So you have to go 2 foot all the way around that, the top, bottom, and all 4 sides. Okay, so there's the top and the bottom, 2 foot. Now, if the pipe has an 8 foot diameter and you put 2 foot on either side of it, that's a 12 by 12 box. Okay, a 12 foot by 12 foot box. So the bottom is 12 feet wide there. And for every 1 foot you went down, you went over a foot due to the angle of repose. So the bottom of the excavation is 36 feet wide, 12 feet wide, and at the top it's 36 feet, and it's 12 foot in depth. Okay, does that make sense? Now, again, this is looking at a side view. The next slide takes you to look at it from a top view. Now, if you look at this, and everything just popped in on me, which is okay, up at the top, here is the 12 foot, and here is the 36 foot, right there. Now, all I did was say, if the bottom is 12 feet here, and the top is 36 foot out here, how do I average those? You add them together and divide it in half. And that's exactly what I did here. I said, well, 36 plus 12 is 48, then half of that would tell me the center line length from here to here is 24 feet. Then I looked at the pipe the other direction. Now it's 32 feet long. Add 2 feet to either end of it. That would make the bottom of the trench 36 feet. Then the sides, because it's 12 foot deep, you add 12 foot to this end of it, and another 12 feet up here, and that gives you the outside perimeter is to 60 feet. Now to average those, 60 plus 36 is 96. Divide that in half is 48 foot average length. Now what it's doing here, if I could draw that halfway right, all we're doing is saying, well, let's go right down the middle here. The average length is 36 feet. The average width is 24 feet. 48 by 24. Now, it's doing this. When you average this, and that's 12 feet deep, we're excavating basically that box there. Now, the area that's down here would be the same area that would fit in right there. The area that's here would be the same area that would fit in right there, and it's 12 foot deep. So that's why we do the average. Okay? It's just averaging itself out. So the average length there is 48 feet. The average width is 24 feet. The depth on this is 12 feet. Divide that by 27, and that's your answer in cubic yards. Okay, so there's 512 cubic yards. Now, I know I took a little long to explain that, but hopefully it makes sense to you, and I thought that would be the easiest way.